Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Palmira. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being in the room. And if you are just returning, hey guys, hi. Have you missed me? I know I have been off of my YouTube game for a good solid month and some change now. I truly apologize. I have had a lot of life change. My work schedule has changed. So much has been going on, but I am thriving. I am doing so well. And if you're back here, thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing. Thank you so much for all your support. And thank you for being back. Even though I've been AWOL, I truly appreciate you guys. So today I wanted to chat a little bit about something that's close to my heart, something I wanted to share, and it's really on the courage to change your life. And when I say the courage, I really mean it in the sense that if you are evaluating your life and there are things that are going a certain way that is not necessarily in line with who you are or who you want to be, I think we all have to have the courage to change. And I'm saying courage because I recognize that change is not comfortable. Change is not always, looked upon in the best light, depending on who is on the receiving end of it. And also personally, I've come to realize that sometimes change might also mean a season of having to go through loss and grief, because people may not necessarily want to go on that change journey with you or particularly like the person who you are becoming. But I think as long as you are doing it right, that you are not becoming somebody that is not in line with what your values are, your morals are, and if you're a person of faith of what and who God has called you to be, as long as you're not going contrary to that, I think you can truly change, and the people who are meant to go on that journey with you and be there with you will stick around. So let's get right into it, okay? So first things first is, first of all, we have to recognize that there is this need for a change. So I would say this comes with a lot of having a lot of self-awareness and being retrospective and looking at where you are in your life, looking at the goals you have, the things you want to do, and basically assessing whether your actions are in line with what those goals are. So let's say for instance, right? Let's say you're looking at a goal and you say, okay, I have X amount of money in debt, whether it's student loans or personal loans, whatever it might be. And you're like, okay, I have a plan to pay this off in X amount of time. But then let's say you are now evaluating your actions and your behavior to determine whether or not you're going to get to that goal. And let's say instead of putting more money towards paying those debts in the time frame that you have allotted for yourself, you spend money instead doing other things, whether it is going shopping, eating out, whatever it might be. Then you have to recognize that, you know what, my actions are not in alignment with the goal that I have set. And so I need to change. And that might mean, you know what, I can't go out to brunch with you guys every single month, ladies, or I can't, go on a shopping spree and buy everybody gifts, whatever that might be. And sometimes that change can come with a lot of resistance, especially if it affects other people. But I think it's up to us to communicate that to the people we love and care about. But first, recognize it. Recognize that there's something that you want to change, whether it's like your weight loss, whether it's your health, whatever it might be. Recognizing it first is the very first step. The second thing is to make a plan. Make a plan to take action towards that change. So that might mean sitting down and being like, okay, here's what my plan is. Here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put away, like let's use the debt thing as an example. I'm going to put away X amount of money every month towards paying this debt, not just the minimum, but the extra amount that I need to pay in order to get to that goal. That's another way to look at it, is make a plan. If it's about that weight loss, do you need to go see your doctors? Do you need to do blood work to see whether or not there's maybe some things that you need to look at beyond just, being in a caloric deficit, going to the gym? Sometimes there can be medical reasons associated with that. Make a plan, and then we can go to the third step. Third step is to take action. So now you know what it is that you want to change. You've made a plan, you've done the groundwork. It's time to take action. This is the part that I find can be very tedious and very, very problematic sometimes for all of us. And of course, it makes sense, because that's the part where you actually have to do what you said you're going to do. So this is the part where, you know what, regarding that debt, that money that you said you're going to put aside, you're going to put it aside. When it's time to make that payment, you make that payment and the additional amount. If it's about weight loss, it's committing to saying, okay, I'm going to go to the gym this many times a week, and you go. If it's eating in a caloric deficit, eating in that caloric deficit. Obviously, you want to make sure you're doing these things in a healthy way. But I think if you have a plan, you've sought out professionals, and you have a structure towards how you're going to attack that change, then yes, absolutely go for it. When it comes to taking action, give yourself grace. As much as we've made the plan, we have the goal set, we have the date set, understand that life is going to throw curveballs at you. And instead of beating yourself up, throwing in the towel, and it being like you never even started, take a step back. Give yourself time off. Maybe you need a week, and maybe you need a couple of weeks, but then get right back into it, because it's more important that you go back and keep doing what you said you're going to do than to completely stop because you feel like you have failed. So please, please, please give yourself grace and don't give in. And finally, I think this is where a lot of times we don't do this for ourselves. Because you've gotten to the goal, you've done what you've set out to do, and now you're just ready to move on to the next thing. And I would say, when you've achieved those goals, those things that you wanted to change, first I would say reflect on where you've come from. Look at where you started, look at where you are today, and be like, I did that. Thank God for helping me. I did that. Give yourself some kudos, give yourself a pat on the back, journal about it, make a video about it to memorialize what you have done, because it's important and it matters, and that change is tangible, however minute it is. So take stock, because that story that you've just lived is going to be something else that's going to be a blessing to other people. So take stock, share it with your close friends, your family, people you feel like are in your corner who are excited about this thing that you may have accomplished. Just have courage. Have courage to change. I know it's daunting. I know it can be such a hard and dark unknown to walk into, depending on the kind of change that you're looking at. You're worried that you're going to lose people. You're worried that people won't get it. But at what cost are you going to spend the rest of your life being more concerned about what other people are going to think, instead of really and truly walking into the purpose, into the calling that God has for your life? And sometimes we just have to embrace that change, embrace that season of pruning, of pressing, of shaping, so that you come out on the other end truly being who God has always intended you to be. Personally, for me, I am in that process. The last 2 years of my life have been spent doing exactly that, having the courage to change. Looking at things around me and being like, you know what? No, this is not where I need to be. This is not what God wants me to be doing. I need to take better care of my health. I need to take better care of my body. My body is the temple of God. This body is where I'm going to be able to do the work that God has called me to do. This body is what's going to bring forth children into this world. I have to take care of this temple. And in doing so, other things have come on. I've had to take care of my mind. I've had to take care of my spirit and my soul. And I see how looking back now to the girl who started this journey in 2020 to 2023, and I was 2025, and I can just say, as much as I am proud of her, I can't even recognize her entirely today. And that is only a testament of the goodness of God, of the grace of God, and also because I surrendered to be changed. I surrendered to go through the process to get here. And it's only just the beginning. I'm aware it's only just the beginning. And I know that God is going to continue to work on me the same way He's going to continue to work on you. So if you ever needed a sign that that thing you've been thinking about, that change you want to make, that journey you want to go on, that whether or not, it's for you, how about you go ahead, chase that dream, make that change happen. Stop sitting in a constant place of fear, of worry, of anticipation. You want to lose weight, start. Go see your medical provider, figure out what it is and what they can help you do. You're in an environment that doesn't bring life, that doesn't bring joy. It may be time to change the environment. Sometimes, yes, we have to change our attitude and how we perceive things. But if you've been doing that and you're seeing that the signs are there, maybe it's time you change your environment. So I've talked a bit. I hope I made some sense. If you want to talk a little bit more about this topic, let me know in the comments or hop on my Instagram at Lifewithpalmira and let me know all about it. But I really and truly hope and pray that this message, as short as it is, has been a blessing to you, that you have some answers to whatever questions you may have. And I just hope and pray that you embrace change, that you embrace going into the new seasons of your life, trusting that God is there waiting on you, waiting for you, to walk with you, to be with you through it all. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. If you've made it to this end of the video, please remember to subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, please remember to like, to comment, and to share. And until next time, I hope you guys stay safe, stay blessed. So let's say if you're watching this today on May the 11th, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there, the ones who have birthed children, who have cared for people's children like they were theirs, the aunties, the nieces, every single woman who God has chosen to be a nurturer, a carer, a person whose body becomes the vessel for life to continue. Happy Mother's Day. And if you're here today and let's say you've lost a parent, you lost a mother, or you don't have a relationship with your mother, I just want you to know that I'm praying for you. I am thinking of you. God is with you. God will embrace and keep you. And I know it's a hard day for you, and I just want to encourage you and let you know that you are loved immensely and that God's got you and we've got you. Let us know how we can support you. All the best. And yeah, until I see you guys in the next video. Bye.